It may be difficult to imagine an Afghanistan without war, but it exists today. The Wakhan Corridor in the far northeast of the country is so isolated that it remains untouched by the strife elsewhere. In 2011, two 33-year-old French heard of this remarkable fact from an article in the New York Times and decided to make a photographic chronicle of the region, something never done before. Canapé takes a look at the striking images that they found of people living outside the modern world.
Basically, we are childhood friends. We grew up together from the age of 5 till the age of 10 in Paris. 25 years later, we got reconnected through common friends and social networks. So we decided to meet. We realized that we had many things in common to share, the wish to give a new start to our lives, and that's how this whole project started. The only way to reach the Wakhan Corridor is basically to go through Tajikistan, which is the country neighboring Afghanistan on the north side. It's impossible to go there through Kabul because you would have to cross all the war zones.
You enter East Kashim, it's the beginning of the Wakhan Corridor. We took a car during 2 days to reach the latest Wahi village, and then we start trekking from that village during 25 days. We had around 40 kilos of equipment, and we carried this on the back of a donkey, loaded with solar panels so we could recharge all the batteries, hard drives, equipment and computers.
The whole idea at the beginning was to document those cultures that are basically totally unknown cultures. It's so remote that this area hasn't been covered by any photographers or journalists. And the idea was to shoot the people and give them the picture as a gift to begin an interaction and to begin a dialogue and a communication with them.
For most of the people, it was the first time that they would be taken in picture, and it was for sure the first time people would offer them a portrait of themselves. So the first portrait you take of your encounter, you realize that it's really important for them, this notion of being taken in picture. So the first pose would be really serious, really, you could feel the dignity of the pose in the first image. And then, asking to stage a Polaroid, we would enter a second level of communication and second level of interaction with them, where we could have really more fun. So you have a double lecture of the same person through this concept. It takes time to get into people's heart and people's attention. It's really easier with kids, as usual. And at one point we would meet those 3 kids in Crête village, where we started to learn them Bob Marley's song.
Peace man, get up, stand up, get up by your right, peace man.
And it was, yeah, it was a funny moment to spend with them, interacting with this song, which is obviously a peaceful song. So
it was the choice of Bob Marley wasn't totally coming out of the blue. I mean, this part of Afghanistan is an extremely peaceful area. There is no Taliban, no American soldiers. People live, you know, in a state of kind of blessing, although the living conditions are very rough. But in a way, having these kids singing Bob Marley with us were the kind of, you know, funny twist that we found to just change a little bit the perspective that one can have on this area of the world.
We're here in New York for a show in May, 18th of May at Mill Gallery, where we're going to present different series of work. We're going to present, of course, this Polaroid series that we call Traces of Time. And we're going to present several video short movies that we shot. And in these images, some of the images have been shot by the kids themselves or teenagers themselves. For us, the idea is to show another Afghanistan.
Usually, image is used as a weapon against Afghanistan, because all that you see when you turn on the TV are images of war, IEDs, Taliban and terrible things. But now we're using images created by the people themselves, staged by them, to create another way of seeing things, more positive storytelling. And if we succeed in changing a little bit the perspective of what most people think about this country, then it would be for us the greatest tribute we could pay to those amazing encounters we had for the 2 months we spent in Afghanistan.